540 WAUK, Milwaukee's real news and great conversation. And now on your FM dial at 100.3. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
With local news on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM, I'm Stuart J. Waddles. Milwaukee voters can expect changes before November. Election Commission Executive Director Paulina Gutierrez tells the WISN 12 Upfront program that audit logs were put on flash drives instead of the actual absentee ballot results during the primary election. That forced workers to return to Central Count and upload the correct files. Gutierrez says she welcomes any review by state or local lawmakers and understands voters' frustration. She says her office plans a public demonstration of the process before Election Day. Governor Tony Evers has appointed 2 new judges to the Milwaukee County Circuit Court. It fills seats left open by retirements. Jay Pusick will take over Branch 34, while Melinda Eskro will serve in Branch 9. Pusick has worked as a prosecutor, public defender, police officer, and civilian oversight official. Eskra leads legal action of Wisconsin's Milwaukee office and has experience in private practice and civil legal aid. Both will serve through July of next year. It's all news all morning from 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. A man has been charged after a deadly double shooting inside of a Milwaukee recording studio. A criminal complaint says Kelvin Harris shot and killed the 2 men inside the building on August 17th. Prosecutors say Harris called 911 after the shooting. He later told investigators that one of the victims took his gun and, quote, cursed at him when he tried to get it back. That reportedly led Harris to take a gun off the counter and start shooting. Franklin police are warning people about a group selling fake jewelry and Apple products in local parking lots. Police say the items are being presented as real, but they're counterfeit. Shoppers are encouraged to be careful and to avoid buying expensive products from strangers. Anyone with information about those sales is asked to contact Franklin Police. And that's the local update. It's all news all morning, 6 to 9 on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. News anytime at WAUKradio.com. I'm Stuart J. Waddles.
For Civic Media News, I'm Connie Fellman. The Waupaca County Fair starts today in Waiawega, but there won't be any horses on display. County fairs across Wisconsin are canceling exhibits and rescheduling equine events due to a highly contagious horse disease. Waupaca County Fair officials sent a letter to 4-H members and their parents that the equine exhibit has been canceled for this year's fair, and the Horse and Pony Project is being rescheduled for a later date. Equine strangles is a highly infectious respiratory infection. At least one, maybe more, horses in Waupaca County has been exposed to a confirmed case in a neighboring county, according to fair officials. The Brown County Fair wrapped up last weekend. Fair organizers say there was no exposure to the horse disease among the animals at this year's event, but officials are urging all horse owners to closely monitor their animals for symptoms. If you suspect your horse has been exposed or is showing signs of illness, contact your veterinarian immediately to prevent further spread. Congressman Tom Tiffany is campaigning across the state as part of his statewide Protecting Wisconsin Farmland tour. Civic Media's James Kelly has more on the candidate stop in western Wisconsin.
Congressman Tiffany's comments highlighted his intent to prevent the state's farmland from being purchased by foreign entities if elected as Wisconsin governor in November. He also shared his thoughts on the state's farmland being used for things like solar fields, wind-based power generation, and increasingly common data center developments.
It simply doesn't make sense that we would turn our beautiful farmland over to these developments when it's unnecessary. And also, we should make sure that local people have a say in this.
I'm James Kelly for Civic Media News.
The Republican congressman will face off with Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley in the race for Wisconsin governor in the November midterm election. A teenager is seriously injured after a UTV rolled over in Grant County. Investigators say a teenage male driver and female teen passenger were operating the vehicle when the crash happened. Evidence shows it began to slide sideways while traveling down a hill, rolling over once and ejecting the driver. The teen male was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries before being flown to a hospital in Madison for emergency treatment. The female passenger was taken to the hospital with suspected injuries. As Civic Media's Maddie Schaefer tells us, UTV rollover crashes like the one in Grant County are on the rise across our state.
The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is once again reminding riders to practice proper ATV and UTV safety as fatal crashes continue to be an issue across the state. So far this year, 29 people have died in ATV and UTV crashes in Wisconsin. The DNR says not wearing helmets and seatbelts are the primary factors in those fatal incidents, along with riders not completing a safety education course. According to DNR records, the top 3 types of fatal crashes this year have been rollovers, collisions with motor vehicles, and riders being ejected from the machine. DNR Off-Highway Vehicle Administrator Jacob Holzclaw says not every crash can be prevented, but wearing the proper safety equipment can greatly increase the chances of surviving one. For Civic Media News, I'm Maddie Schaefer.
Riders are also being reminded to stay sober, follow speed limits and other posted signs, and take an ATV or UTV safety class, regardless of age. Charges have been upgraded to intentional homicide in a 2016 Shawano County death. 40-year-old James Radford pleaded not guilty last month to a reckless homicide charge in the death of his wife at their town of Fairbanks home. Prosecutors filed a new criminal complaint last week, changing the charge to first-degree intentional homicide. Court records show a preliminary hearing is set for this Friday. And that's your state news update. I'm Connie Fellman for Civic Media News.
The Brewers in New York. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports Baseball. It's the Brewers and the Mets tonight at Citibank Field in Queens, New York. Lefty Kyle Harrison on the mound for the Crew against the Mets' Zach Thornton. NFL, a fight broke out during the Packers' practice in pads. Receiver Matthew Golden exchanged punches with defensive end Baron Sorrell after the whistle. Sorrell on how it happened, even though he and Golden played on the same college team.
We're just being competitive, man. Going out there playing football, things happen, emotions get high, and got into it a little bit, but that's my boy and I'm his boy, so we're still cool, but it's football.
Now tomorrow the Packers hold their joint practice session with the Arizona Cardinals and their new head coach Mike LaFleur, Matt's younger brother.
If there is an issue in practice, you're going to be limited or not at all playing in the game. The second part of that is if there's an issue, I'm going to tell the guys, hey, you come tag me in, they can tag in my brother, and we'll throw down on the 50.
That's Matt LaFleur from training camp in Green Bay. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Mostly sunny today with a high in the upper 70s to low 80s this afternoon. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms with a low dropping into the mid-60s. Tomorrow, scattered shower or thunder shower, then mostly sunny with a high in the upper 70s to low 80s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Milwaukee News Roundup from WAUK. Find more news anytime at waukradio.com/news. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.